Hello everybody, welcome back to SoulsLanders Episode 4. Today we're going to pick things up where we left off last episode. It's time to go deeper into the undead town. This is called the Undead Parish. Before we do that, we got a little bit of grindy type stuff to do to get some items that are going to help you a lot during your first run. Especially the Drake Sword. And we're going to do all this stuff by killing the Hellkite dragon, which is that guy that is been hanging out up on that bridge giving us a hard time. So we're going to go take care of him. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see here, just leave some comments, subscribe, ring the bell, make a YouTube account. I don't really know. Just do something. That's what I've been saying. Alright, so in order to take out the Hellkite dragon, we definitely need to use the bow. That's why we bought one a couple episodes back at the Undead Merchant. And we want to make sure we got our arrows equipped as well. What do we have, 139? I hope that's enough. That should be enough. Better be, because we already killed the merchant. Alright, so the dragon's up there on the bridge, but we need to take out his tail first. Taking out his tail is going to give us the Drake Sword, as well as disable his health's ability to regenerate. So it's tail first and then the rest of the dragon next. So let's go ahead and take care of this dude here. Alright. And then just equip your bow. Stand about right here. And just hit it on its way back like this. And then his tail's going to appear again. Oh, right there usually. You can usually get 2 hits. One from afar and then one up close. Alright. Let's get it on the way back again. Alright. Stay back a little bit. Yeah, and there is a little bit of a weird timing with the way that bow works. You know, we've got our crosshair, but it kind of does this weird trajectory. And it takes quite a bit of time for the arrow to get to its destination. But once you get that down, you'll just hopefully do a lot better than I just did there. So I think it takes about 40 arrows or so. From what in my experience, it really depends on how good of a shot you get. Like arrow damage is dependent on distance as well as the stats. I'm doing really bad. Let me stand back a little bit. Yeah, that's good. I know. But I'm probably going to cut this video forward until I take his tail out. There we go. Alright. Well, it took us like 50 arrows or so. Oh, man. Not my favorite part of the game, but the item itself is definitely worth it, especially early on. Let's go take a look at the Drake Sword. So we need 16 strength in order to wield it with one hand. But at 12 strength, we can actually wield it with 2, which is primarily what we're going to go for anyway, so that's fine for us. But yeah, let's check out the lore. Drake Sword. This sword, one of the rare dragon weapons, is formed by a drake's tail. Drakes are seen as undeveloped imitators of the dragons, but they are likely their distant kin. The sword is imbued with the mystical power to be released when held with both hands. So these are not quite dragons, they're called drakes. And I just can't say that without thinking about Drake the artist, so let's just get that out of the way. I wonder if he's played this game and if this is his favorite weapon. Anyway, let's look and see what this does to our stats. So we are going to two-hand it, and it's going to give our right hand weapon an attack of 200. But we can't one-hand it. And the interesting thing about the Drake Sword is there's absolutely no scaling involved. So it just has 200 base damage, and it can only upgrade using dragon scales. And I think it goes up by 20 damage each time, all the way up to +5. So it's a good weapon for early on, but I mean, there's going to be much better weapons to use that have scaling once our character gets leveled up a bit more, and so on. So another thing is that I don't really care for about the Drake Sword is you can't buff it with things like the gold pine resin that we did last episode, or magic and things like that. So There's some advantages, but they're really only prevalent early in the game, and I prefer to use the Claymore, which is actually one of the weapons we're about to get after we kill the main dragon. So yeah, I mean, if you're not gonna go for a two-handed class right away, this might be something to use early in the game, but you are gonna want to switch to something that has some better scaling once you get your stats up. Well, let me show you all how to kill the dragon, and this might take some time as well. There might be some cutting forward just to save you all the tedious viewing that would be. All right, we need to go ahead and make him kill those guys. Get those free souls. Okay, so you're gonna want to get about right here, and then use your bow to shoot him in the head, and then very quickly switch to your weapon and run up and hit him in the head like this, and then run back down the stairs. He's going to do a little bit of tantrum throwing, maybe drop some fire, and then you're going to actually hear him fly back to his perch. And you pretty much just rinse and repeat. The key is to switch weapons while you're running to where he's headed, and then run straight back down the stairs. And to not get greedy, because if you go up and try to get extra hits on him, see, he might do some extra fire attacks like that could really screw you up. Yeah, make sure you're wearing stuff that has good fire resistance. I think our pyromancy stuff is good for fire resistance, so we ain't gotta worry. Oh, see, I got lazy. I can't believe I got killed by the Hellkite dragon. Noob status. Noob status. Just go for one hit. Try not to do two, because it seems like that'll keep you open to a second attack, which drops your health, and we only have a certain amount of Estus, and if we go refill it, I mean, that's gonna recharge his whole health bar. So just get one hit in. That way you've got time to run. There we go. See, not too bad. It just takes a little patience. Alright, so now, yay, my favorite weapon. Oh, yes, absolutely. I think we need a little bit more strength and dexterity for it. Let's check it. 16 strength, just like the greatsword. So we'll pour, we get 10,000 souls for killing the dragon, so we've got enough to level up quite a few things right now. So yeah, we'll definitely get our strength up. What is our attack at? 126. So I mean, we're not too far off from it, and it's only going to go up from there as we level up and as we level up the weapon. Okay, let's do that real quick. We're going to get our strength to 16, and then we'll probably pour the rest into vitality and endurance. Yeah, that sounds good. If we wouldn't have killed the dragon and we went under the bridge, there's a pathway that leads to the other side of this gate. But killing the dragon's good because now we don't have to go through that little pathway. I'm going to show it just to show it, but this is actually a really good, I guess, shortcut to get us to the next area of the game. Let me talk a little bit about why I like the Claymore. So in its one-handed form, we do these really cool horizontal slashes with R1, and then R2 is this nice poke, and this to me separates it from other two-handed weapons, because usually you're gonna just be doing these big horizontal strikes with two-handed weapons, but having this straight thrust is really good for like the tight areas of the game, of which there are many. So that's why I like it a lot personally. And then of course our two-handed mode is our strikes like this, and then we've got a nice horizontal strike for R2. So pretty good variety in its moveset. The rolling R1 is a thrust like this. I think it might be a strike like that, one-handed. And then we've got our backstep attack, which I like a lot, both one-handed and two-handed. Yeah, lots of fun. What is this? Kill this dude. Okay. And these guys, they don't want to attack you. They're just chilling here. Alright, so we can't use this right now, but this is actually the altar for the Warriors of Sunlight Covenant, which is what the same covenant that old Solaire over there belonged to. The reason why we can't join it yet is your faith has to be level 25, but for every player online that you go help defeat a boss in their game, it decreases that by 5. So, you know, you could potentially just go help like 4 people take care of a boss and then come back here and join the covenant, or you can get your faith up. It's cool that it gives you an incentive to play multiplayer, though. I do like that. We might end up doing it just to get that covenant. So let's kill this dude, just because I feel like using my claymore. And is there any lore on this? Okay. Claymore. This larger type of greatsword is normally wielded with 2 hands due to its weight. This highly flexible greatsword can be used to attack in swings or thrust. So even the game's telling you that this weapon is very flexible in terms of its moveset. It can do thrust or slash. So let's see it in action. What are you doing? Oh yeah. Yeah, we are right at home with this bad boy. Ooh. 182 on a thrust. That's good news. Well, I'm going to show just the pathway that leads to the other side of that gate, just to be thorough. And this is a part of the game that a lot of people die, including myself. And I'll show you why here in a second. Alright, we need to definitely want to pull this guy back. It's not a good idea to fight him on this thing unless you can just play the thrust game with him. That's why that R2 attack is good. And then right here is an ambush of rats waiting for us. Oh shit, and they get pulled very early if you stand there. So yeah, don't rush in if they start coming at you. Oh shit. There we go. Getting used to it again, getting used to it. It does attack a lot slower, but that's fine. If we know what we're doing, we can just wait for the counterattacks and be patient. The game rewards you for doing that anyway, so might as well use a weapon that gives you the most damage per hit. That's just how I like to play it. Alright, let's go ahead and rest here, get our Estus refilled. Do we have enough humanity to kindle this? I didn't need to use all 5. What the hell am I thinking? Oh well, I guess we'll hopefully make it to the next bonfire and just go ahead and have enough to kindle it. Alrighty. So, let's move on to the next area of the game. We got our little housekeeping done. We got our favorite weapons. What the fuck? Yeah. Alright, we got another one of those Black Knight dudes up here. Let's go ahead and take him out with our new sword. God. Holy shit. Oh! Are we gonna survive? We survived! Holy shit. I've never fallen off that before. Oh my god. Is he coming after us? He might be. Did he fall off? Where did he go? What the fuck? I don't think he died. It would have given us the souls, right? Oh shit! He must have followed us down or something. How the fuck did that happen? Alright, we're gonna just spam him with fireball. Yeah, that was a bad idea. Okay. I thought that was gonna take him out. Alright, that was a little weird. That was kind of unconventional. My whole bearings got thrown off on that one. Y'all notice how I maniacally laugh when I die. I mean, that's what this game does to you. It kind of turns you into its little, it's like Stockholm Syndrome almost, you know? Like, you don't want to die, but when it does, you start laughing. And you secretly are into your captor. And I'm captivated by this game, no doubt. Whew. Let's just do what we know how to do, which is backstab and parry. Hopefully, there is a chance of getting their weapons when you kill them. It's not a guarantee, but there's some really good weapons. What the fuck? Let's go ahead and heal right now. I want to risk it. Why do I keep taking damage? Shit. Okay. Let's just fight this dude down here. I'm playing very sloppy today, guys. I apologize. Makes it more fun to watch, though, I'm sure. Is he coming down here? What the fuck? He must have fallen. And we got the great sword. Oh my goodness. Holy shit. That is fucking awesome. Oh my god. Alright, we don't have near the stats for it yet. But we'll get there. Oh my god, yes. Okay. Black Knight Greatsword. Greatsword of the Black Knights who wander Lordran. Used to face Chaos Demons. The large motion that puts the weight of the body into the attack reflects the great size of their adversaries long ago. So this was a Demon Slayer's weapon. Let's see if I can just wield it and show you what it looks like. Yeah, we need way more strength. We can't even swing this sumbitch. Yeah, very cool though. It's so awesome that we got that already. So awesome. So there is a trophy in the game to get all the rare weapons. And the Black Knight weapons and the Drake Sword and several other weapons make up that. So it's good that we already got it this early. We didn't have to grind for it. Alrighty. Okay. Now that he's taken care of, we can move on to this area. So that bull right ahead is going to fuck us up if we try to go head on. So I like to run this direction first. Take these dudes out. Good thing we have our thrust. See, that's why I love the Claymore, man. Even if we get a, quote, you know, stronger weapon later on, like this moveset to me just is so much more advantageous. Ah, see, we hit the fucking pillar. That guy, right? Let's go ahead and throw this fireball. What the hell? Yeah. Alright, we'll take care of that bull here in a second. Yeah, getting hit with arrows is never fun. That'll throw off your moveset. Oh shit. Fuck. Am I gonna get killed by these dudes? I have a feeling this playthrough is only gonna get rougher from here because the game only gets harder. I'm barely making it through the Undead Parish. Alright, let's take these dudes out. Screw the damage. We'll take the damage. We don't care. Alluring skull. Let's read that. That guy's coming for us. You see that from afar? You just saw all your friends get killed. Alright. Let's read the alluring skull. Alluring skull attracts certain types of enemies. A skull with meekly lingering souls. Throw to shatter and spread souls to attract certain types of enemies. Souls are a concentration of life, and the life-starved hollows are lured by its power. Not effective for all enemies. So the significance of that item being right there was that the game's telling us that we can use that to distract the bull. But we're going to go ahead and kill the bull because it's just the life that we're living. And it's very armored. God, I feel like this episode's just been all like really slow, grindy enemy killings. I'll probably cut this ahead too. Let's see if our fireball does any good. Okay, we'll just get back to shooting them. I don't think we're gonna have enough arrows. Well, let's try that alluring skull out. Why not? I don't really use these. Oh shit! Damn it! My bad. Alright, that guy's pulling us into a trap. I'm feeling a little ballsy right now. There we go. Much easier. So when I was a noob at this game, I would sit up there with arrows and just shoot them. But I guess if you know what you're doing, you can just take them out head on. And that enemy doesn't respawn either. Sometimes they drop the Fang Boar helm, which is actually a really good helmet. But that one didn't. And there's a couple more of those enemies later in the game that hopefully do that for us. All right, what do we got? That trap they were trying to run us into earlier. Don't you dare go on a little rampage. It's not your place. Alright. Mystery key, what does that do? Mystery key. The purpose of this key is unknown. It appears to be a basic prison cell key. So we'll use this to open a cell later on that'll get us access to a guy, an NPC that has a pretty interesting quest line. It's like that show Tightrope or Walk the Line, whatever it's called. Line Walkers. Oh, I saw a preview of it and I was like, why is that even a TV show? Good God. Alright, we've only got 3 Estus. We need to make it to the next bonfire. In one piece. That's the name of the game. This is not a boss. Alright. These are the Balder Knight enemies. They are really good. They can actually parry you if you're careless enough to get parried by an NPC, which sometimes I can be. There we go. Very easy. Alright, the Night Shield. Hell yes. Alright, this medium metal shield is elegantly carved and painted. Although it is thought to have been used by ancient knights of the nobility, its defense capabilities are similar to other shields. So this is going to be a little bit better shield. It actually does 100% damage reduction. It's got a 56 stability, but it just looks fucking goofy. That's my biggest knock against it. I just don't like that bright red and blue color that it has. But it's better than what we had, so we'll just stick with it for now. Kick to the shield's always a good plan for those dudes. And there's somewhat of a trap waiting for us down here. Let's see if we can. So we've got an enemy with a spear there, but there's a Balder Knight pacing the floor. So we just want to pull them away from that area. Yeah. What the fuck? I guess my shield went down when I fell down when I was falling down that little gap of the stairs. Wow. Alright. Let's try this again. What the fuck? Backstabbed by that dude. Oh, this is gonna be a repeat. Yeah, I forget how formidable these guys are early in the game. They got a lot of health. There we go. Much better. Okay. They actually have a really good shield too that we have a chance of getting. Again, there's that advantage of the thrust attack. Perfect. Alright. Whew. We've got some clear skies waiting for us, ladies and gentlemen. We're close to the next bonfire. That dude's shooting at us. Go ahead and backstab this guy. Notice how I unlocked from that enemy and started rotating my camera to see where the next guy was. Jesus. Can't land a backstab. I want it too bad, that's why. Or maybe I don't want it bad enough. There we go. What did he drop? Just a light crossbow? Okay. So let's go ahead and go down here before I regret it. We're gonna meet our new best friend, the blacksmith. Go ahead and sit here. It's reverse hauling. I already got the humanity used, so might as well use it on the fire.
Must be a new arrival. I'm Andre of Astoria. If you require smithing, then speak to me.
Let's see what dialogue he's got, or what gesture. Hurrah gesture.
Most weapons and armor are mighty sturdy indeed. hunk of metal has its breaking point. If you notice durability running low, it's time to repair. You can ask a blacksmith like myself, or do it on your own with a grindstone. The nice thing about weapons, they never betray you, so pay them a little respect.
The weapons never betray you, so take care of them.
There are two types of weapon forging. There's reinforcement and there's ascension. Reinforcement is simple. It strengthens the weapon and nothing more. A simple task for any blacksmith. Hell, you could even do it yourself with a smith box. But ascension's a finer art. It alters a weapon's properties. Ascension is the territory of we blacksmiths. A smith box just won't do the trick. Start out with reinforcement. When that loses its charm, you can consider ascension. As you've noticed, this land is flush with the mad and wicked. You won't make it through the night without employing my services.
It's funny how all the NPCs have this weird like sense of humor about the world going on. Like Solaire was cracking up.
Forging armor is even easier than forging weapons. Whether you forge weapons or armor first, well, that's up to you. But nobody wants to see you go hollow. So whatever you do, you'd better do it well.
Alright, so he talked about reinforcing weapons and ascending weapons. So we have to get our weapon up to at least a +4 before we can ascend it. And from there we can take it to fire, or we can take it to raw or lightning. I mean, there's all kinds of different pathways to go on. But as you can sort of upgrade your weapons on your own at the bonfires with the smith box, you can only do ascension at a blacksmith. And there are, I think, 4 blacksmiths in the whole game, and they all have different strengths. You know, that they can all ascend in different ways. So we need to find an ember before we can do any ascension. But can we reinforce our claymore yet? Oh, we don't have a titanite shard. I thought we had one. Why did I think? Oh, we have a couple chunks. Let's buy a few shards. Yeah, let's get our claymore up. So that's gonna take us up by 10 points, and we get a little bit more scaling. It looks like. We'll go ahead and do. We'll just keep going. That's why I said to wait to dump a bunch of stats into your strength right away, because you can get bigger jumps in your attack by just upgrading the weapon. What we got?
Don't get yourself knife.
Okay, let me use some crushable souls. They gave us 800, so we can buy a titanite shard with that. So we just need 2. Let's just buy 2 more shards then. Get it up to a +4. Alright. And then cool. So we'll just need to come back later on and get it up to +5 and so on. I'm not going to. I'm just going to do the straight upgrade path on the claymore. I'm going to get it all the way to +15. We're not going to make it fire or lightning or anything like that. See what else he's got for sale. So we've got a few key items. The Crest of Artorias. This crest opens a door in the Darkroot Garden sealed by ancient magic. The door leads to the grave of Sir Artorias the Abyss Walker. Many adventurers have left for the grave, but none have returned, for they make easy prey for local bandits. With such dangers, the crest can do more harm than good in the hands of the uninitiated. So this is an item that we use to open a door in the forest, which is right down this hallway. And we're probably going to go, we're going to save up 20,000 souls to get it, because that actually becomes a really good soul farming spot. especially early in the game, and I'll show you all a little trick on how to farm souls easily there, even though the enemies are pretty tough. Alright, and we can get a weaponsmith box and an armor smith box to reinforce weapons on our own. We don't have the souls to do that right now, but we'll get them pretty soon. And we've got a few other weapons. Longsword, widely used standard straight sword, only matched in ubiquity by the short sword. An accessible sword which inflicts consistent regular damage and high slash damage, making it applicable to a variety of situations. A broadsword, the wide blade of this straight sword emphasizes slicing and has no thrust attack. The horizontal sweeping motion makes this sword effective against multiple enemies. And then we've got the bastard sword. So these are, if you look where it says weapon type, these are straight swords. And then we've got a bastard sword, which is a little bit smaller version of the claymore. The standard greatsword is normally wielded with two hands due to its great weight. Usually swung in large arcs and effective against multiple foes. Far from ideal when fighting in tight quarters. That is the disadvantage of using two-handed weapons, for sure. Battle Axe. The standard Battle Axe inflicts regular damage, making it effective in various situations. Powerful attack due to its weight, but one wrong swing leaves the wielder wide open. So timing and proximity to the enemy must be judged carefully. So that's kind of what we were experiencing with the hand axe. This is just a stronger version of a hand axe. And we've got the war pick. It's a hammer weapon type. It's a hammer with a large beak-shaped pommel, originally a pickaxe redesigned for battle. This simple but deadly weapon hits heavily with thrust damage, such that it easily cracks metal armor. And then we've got the castus, or castus. These are fist-type weapons. It's kind of like brass knuckles. The weapon augments one's bare hands with thick studded leather. The castus has short reach but quick cooldown. Amount of damage inflicted is dependent on the wearer's strength. A pike, long spear with a very long red hilt, traditionally used by groups of soldiers. Specially designed for distance thrusting, has the longest range of the non-projectile weapons, but its very length makes it somewhat difficult to handle. So yes, I've always found spears to have a little bit of a tough moveset for me because you really only have those thrust weapons, but they're really good for tight places and some people really like them. We got a few shields to read. The large leather shield is a large leather covered round shield, choice shield for hunters. Wood shields are lighter than metal shields but with lower physical damage reduction and reduced shield stability. So that one, yeah, it only does 91 and it's 52 stability, so we don't need to get it right now. The tower kite shield is a medium metal shield decorated with a tower, the symbol of protection, a standard shield widely used. So this is just a pretty normal shield that has decent fire reduction, pretty good stability too. I actually would probably prefer this over that bedazzled knight shield that we're using right now. And then we have the Cactus. I'm sorry, I can't read some of these. The Catasis Knight Shield, a medium metal shield decorated by an ancient blue Catasis, a standard widely used shield. And this one has the same exact stats as the Tower Kite Shield. So it just depends on which one's more styling for you. And then we've just got a few arrows. I think we need to go ahead and buy some arrows. Let's do that. Let's just dump the rest of our souls into it, because we need those.
Don't get yourself killed. Neither of...
Alright, do you have any more dialogue?
Well, hello again. You seem to need any... Your foot, but nobody wants... So whatever you do.
Alright, we already heard that. Okay.
Foot with, but not so what...
So no more dialogue from him right now.
Where are you off to?
Boy, where are you off to? Okay. I think we will go down this hallway into the Darkroot Garden on a later episode. Possibly 4, more than likely 5. Let's go down here real quick. Because there's an NPC, very nice, cool NPC we need to make friends with.
Oh. absorbed in thought. I am Siegmeyer of Katarina. Quite honestly, I've run flat up against a wall, or a gate, I should say. The thing just won't budge, no matter how long I wait. And oh, have I waited. So here I sit, in quite a pickle, weighing my options, so to speak.
So he's sitting here waiting for this gate to open up, which is something that we end up doing for him because when you ring the first bell of awakening, which is at the top of this tower over here, and then the second bell of awakening, which is down in the in Blighttown, this is what opens, and this is the gateway to Sen's fortress. So we will come back here later on and see if he's got any more dialogue.
Still closed. Still closed.
Still closed. Still closed. That seemed like the end.
Still closed.
All right. Well, it's nice to meet you, Siegmeyer. We will cross our paths again. He ends up helping us in a pretty big way towards the end of the game as well. Alrighty. Well, I think I'm going to pick this up again on the next episode. And we're going to tackle the remaining parts of Undead Parish. And we're also going to fight the gargoyle boss. So if you liked what you saw here, leave some comments. Let me know what you think. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.